All things pass. That's the second Buddhist reflection. All things pass. All things are impermanent, from a galaxy to an atom. And of course, the most essential part of that is that I am impermanent. My mental states are impermanent. That bad mood I'm in today, that's impermanent. But so is that great moment that I have. That's impermanent. All things are impermanent. All the people around me are impermanent. We're in a world that is flowing in impermanence all the time. And Buddhism thinks of this as a wake-up call. It's particularly saying, all things pass, you will die, and there is not much time. Not only is there not much time, but you don't know how much time there is. Death is the one thing we know for sure will happen to us, and at the same time, we have no idea when it will happen. We always want to think it's way in the future, but it can be tomorrow and it can be today. So Buddhism is trying to wake us up with all things pass. You're going to die. What are you doing in your life just now that is appropriate to that fact? Are you living in a world in which all things pass and you're going to die? And that means not doom scrolling through your phone. It means not resenting people, blaming people, getting into really anxious worry about things, planning things, shopping, all that sort of stuff that we just fritter our life. I mean, people talk about how do you kill time? Why are we trying to kill time? Yeah? All things pass. I'm going to die. So if I'm going to die, what's the best use of my life? Now, the traditional Buddhist reflection of this was assuming that it would just wake you up a bit. And that's actually based on another fact that most of us actually don't have. The assumption, particularly in Tibetan Buddhism, is that you have real faith that there is a Buddha, a transcendental goal, that there is a Dharma, a path towards that transcendental, and there is a Sangha, people who have actually gained some degree of transcendental insight that you can even be in communication with. Now, traditionally in Tibet, you would have had great faith in that. But you'd be an ordinary person like I am and like you are, and you'd be thinking, yeah, no, I do have faith in that, but I want to do this stuff, I want to get involved in this. And before you know it, you're getting involved in all kinds of worldly activities. You hadn't meant to, and we all do that, don't we? We all get involved in worldly stuff, watching rubbish television, getting involved in just the world in a point-missing kind of way, competitiveness, resentments, and so on. We do that. And Tibetan Buddhists would do that, and then all they'd need is this reflection to remind them, actually, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm going to die, we're all going to die, we don't know when, all the people I love will die. I can't afford to waste time. In traditional Tibetan world, that would just be enough to remind you not to lose perspective, yeah? But most of us don't have faith. Most of us don't believe in a transcendental goal, a transcendental path, and people who are actually treading that path. So really, for this reflection to work, first of all, we need some faith that there is something beyond death. Yeah? So it's to wake us up to think, okay, it's worth really practicing for that. Yeah? So we need faith. So my challenge for you this week is, why don't you write a letter to someone that's died? One of the things we need to learn to do is speak to the dead. Our relationship with the dead can continue long beyond their death. My father died 28 years ago, just yesterday. My mother died a year ago yesterday. And I've still got a relationship with them. So what I'm suggesting, what I'm challenging you to do, is that you write to someone in your life that's been important to you that's died, and that you, if you need to say, if there needs to be forgiveness, that you forgive them, and you say why that you've decided to forgive them. And you're going to say to them, here's the things I'm really grateful for from you. And then thirdly, you're going to say, here's what I'm going to do so as not to waste my life. My dad's been dead for 28 years. He was good as gold, my dad. My mother's already been dead for a year. I could write to them and say, here's how I'm not going to waste my time on earth. Here's how I'm going to appreciate things. Here's how I'm going to love people. Here's how I'm going to tell the truth. Here's how I'm going to cultivate mindfulness. Yeah, I might even say, and I'll carry on meditation, and I'll go to the meditation challenge. I don't think my mother would be that interested in that, to be honest. But that's my challenge for you. Yeah, write to a dead friend or relative, forgive, say what you're grateful for, and tell them exactly how you're going to make the most of your life. All right, don't worry about your life. How are you going to make the most of this challenge, these few weeks, this time on earth? Yeah? Things will pass.